which we benchmarked with Lapland, Reykjavik and Zurich. In our team we had Alexander, Miko and Tuusaimas. Here's our agenda today. First I'm going to explain why we chose these places, then we are going to present an executive summary, SWOT analysis recommendations and finally conclude the presentation. So why did we choose Mikkeli, Lapland, Reykjavik and Zurich? The nature is very important for all of these destinations. They have some common characteristics which makes comparing them easier. And now to Alexander.
So I'll be going through the interesting details in executive summary. For the interesting details, we found that none of the sites were mobile compatible, even though you could go on the sites using your mobile phone. It was very difficult to navigate through the site with all the pictures and abundance of information. It was not easy to navigate at all. There wasn't very much analytical information to be found for any of the sites. We only got information from Alexa and Google Trends. We noticed that visitmikkeli was the only website that didn't use keywords. The sites that had the most social media channels were visitmikkeli and Visit Reykjavik. Both of these sites used Twitter. And we found that Zurich had the largest audience in social media. Now for the executive summary, we thought that the visitmikkeli site was visually appealing. Like mentioned before, it didn't use any keywords. Probably the main problem was translations. There were a lot of awkward grammatical phrases and some words that were inappropriate that didn't really translate into English all that well. And then the communications were pretty targeted, especially towards the Russian audience. The official social media presence for visitmikkeli was not prominent. And we also noticed that they used a push strategy for social media. So they should try to make it somehow more interactive for visitors. And now Miko will do his part.
Okay, and now I'm going to represent the SWOT analysis. The strengths are visually enticing website, and information is clearly presented, and targeted translations and communications could be found. And now some weaknesses. First of all, low popularity in the social media, and visitmikkeli was quite stagnant in Facebook and Twitter, and also official presences are not prominent. And then opportunities. First could be larger audience, then improvement of mobile compatibility, and then search engine optimization. And finally threats. First negative feedback, and then visitmikkeli could be overshadowed by other tourism sites because they are all quite similar. And the implications based on this SWOT analysis are presented on the slide, and these will be further emphasized when we present our recommendations, and this will be done by Simon in the next slide.
And now we're going to talk about the recommendations which we gained from looking at the implications of the SWOT analysis presented before. What we found was that they really need to work on their search engine optimizations. They could do this while with putting keywords into the website, as well as linking the social media to its website, which would not only give the social media prominence, but it would also help the search engine optimization. Also, they can another recommendation that we had is that they should analyze relevant web pages very regularly, and that would be hard. Most probably they should need to have consultants who will monitor the relevant web analytics information, because there is none present in free providing analytics websites, and they should also monitor and respond to customer queries and comments, which they do not do now as much because they use a push strategy for communication. Also, we recommend them to improve their translated pages, because even though they're speaking to very targeted segments, which is very good, their web pages have problems in them, and they should, while they're doing it, they should also most probably consider targeting more segments, because the segments they target are pretty specific and narrow. Also, we recommend visitmikkeli to make the website more mobile compatible, which would give them an edge above the other tourism websites, because they're not as mobile compatible. And it should also create apps on iPhone and Android, which will also help promote the same objectives. And then they should be more active and interactive in social media. We found that they do not engage their audience that frequently through social media, and they also tend to abandon social media such as Google Plus after a few videos, and such things should be stopped, and they should update the site a lot more frequently and have a interactive communication system so that their presence is more useful to their audience. And now, finally, for the conclusion, after doing the whole audit on Visit Mikkeli, we thought that it was a little bit lost in the crowd. It was a lot like the other three websites we considered, and it had very little edge over them. And yes, in the last slide, we did make a joke about comparing Northern Europe to North Pole, and we know it's cheap. We're very sorry for that.